Hello, I'm Karen, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to make the 8-pointed star from the Voynich manuscript. The background that you can see is what happens if you actually change the colour. But I just thought I'd just share with you how to do that. So for those of you that are interested in the manuscript, I will share a little bit as we go along. But the actual pattern that we've actually got today, is the background going to make things harder for you to see? Let's just move over. Right, so we're using this page, so we're on F42V in the Voynich manuscript. If you look at the very top there, we can see it is an 8-pointed star. These little P with all these circles in it comes into play. The clues that we've got is 8 from the start, 2 which look like kind of sunglasses, 5 in the leaves, 4 in the roots. Okay, and those 9 little circles in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin with a twist on the hook. I'm just thinking the background might not be the best. But so we're going to begin with a chain of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Maybe you see that. The first stitch that we're going to use is the treble crochet if you're in the UK, or it's the double crochet if you're in the US. So it's yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. The chain actually counts as an actual stitch in this one, so we need a total of 8 as we go around. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. My yarn's got stuck, sorry. 7 and 8. So if you want to just double check, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, including the chain. What we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch to join in between the chain and the very first stitch. Okay, so we're just going to slip stitch to join there. And then from now onwards, we're going to be using the half double if you're in the US, or it's half treble if you're in the UK. So we're going to start the round with a chain of 2. We're going to do the half stitch into that chain, into that space where we've already worked, make a chain of 2, yep, and then work 2 more into that same space. And you're going to do this in between each of the posts all the way around. So you're going to work 2 stitches, so that's 1, 2, chain 2, and then work 2 stitches. Okay, just get my yarn, 1 and 2, and just keep doing that all the way around. When you actually do this, when you're going all the way around, when you get near the end, it is going to feel really quite tight, but don't worry, it does actually go flat. On the background image that I've done, you know, this here, my yarns actually was different thicknesses as I was making them, so it caused it to have along the points sort of like a wobble effect, which I really thought was really pretty. So it gives it's a very say if you want to make it into a blanket, if you just want to make them as stars just for decorative purposes, you know, like for Christmas times and things like that, it's a beautiful pattern. And so going to the actual manuscript itself, this time round, I was looking at because on the other ones what I did is I was looking at the numbers that are used to actually create the pattern. And if you use let me just get these. If you use a cipher wheel and you actually turn the numbers into letters of the alphabet, you can find words within inside the book. And because of my other ones saying that there was it said hid poem, so I was like, okay, maybe somewhere, like if I find all of the words, I'm actually going to find an ancient poem. Well, not well, I suppose ancient, a very old one anyway. And so that's something that I decided that I'd try and do. But then with this one, I was like, okay, I've made like what I thought was a really modern word. But then that's one of those things where you live and you learn. And so because the word that I found was films, and a letter H, And so I was thinking, oh, is that one of those ones where like what I've got to do is I've got to find the actual word and then all the leftover letters, then potentially make another word out of them. So I was just experimenting, but I thought the word was a modern word because the word is films. But if you look for the, what did it say? The archaic usage of the word film is actually for thread. And so it gives you a sample for the films with threads of silk. And I was like, nah, now that seems very appropriate. So as you can see, it's gone wobbly. What we're going to do is we're going to just slip stitch to join in the very top stitch there. And what you'll find is that you can actually just flatten it out. It does actually go nice and flat. And then what you're going to do from now onwards is in each of the actual points, so you slip stitch into there. That's where I would just change over now. I'd have a new colour. I finished off here and then I just cast on with a new colour. And I cast on with the half treble because I wanted it to be nice and neat as I was going along on the coloured version. But you do your 2 stitches in the points of your star, like that. And then if you look in between, you've got the 2 posts there, and then in between you've got a gap. You're just going to just do 1 stitch right in the middle there, and then you start doing your corners again, and it just keeps on going just like that. And then if I just do this corner bit, and then I'll show you. Oops, a daisy. Let's get that bit done there. So once you've actually done that stitch there, you end up with 2 gaps, and then the next round you're just going to do 1 stitch either side of it until you just keep doing that, and it'll just grow and grow and grow. So yep, so that's all that we need to do this to make this absolutely beautiful star. And so I'm just going to stop for a minute because what I did, I made lots of them. I guess they're in lime green, but it was that thing of what happens is as you're actually making them, they line up. So like here, look, you can see the points line up with the actual leaves there on that particular size. This circle actually just covers the actual star, and then as you get bigger, it'll cover up the whole of the leaves. They also line up with the actual point there, lines up with the actual roots, so that you know they're actually going in the right direction, and you just keep on going. So like as the bigger you get, the more ways you can find where they line up with the different leaves. So I do believe that that's that one there. Yeah, so it's sort of lining up with that leaf in there, and it just keeps on going. But when you actually get to where you've done 9, I know this is a different colour, but when you've actually done 9 rounds of it, so that's what it looks like in a bigger version, it does actually go from the actual point of the actual roots there, and it covers up the whole of the text, which then covers up that wiggle of the 9 there. So that's another one just to demonstrate that it actually is fitting the pattern as you go along. So I just thought I'd share that. This is a smaller version that I've done in the colours, so you can see, because these was different thickness of yarns, how it makes this wave sort of that's going across it. I thought it would be lovely, like, you know, like it was like a little parasol cover or something. But yep, so there you go. That's how to crochet an 8-pointed star from the Voynich manuscript this time. So it's page F42V. Another one to add to the collection, and the word that we've got so far for this one is films. And I'm just going to bring over the pattern a minute because it had films and an H, and I thought, oh, if you actually turn the H on its side, it creates is film. The other set of letters I could create was eBay and FL, which obviously we know eBay wasn't around in the 1500s, but bay is a poetic word to mean bath, and it would have then left you with an F and an L. So they're potential words that I'm going to be using to be able to do it. These are the actual, just to show the actual pattern and the symbols. So the 8 around there was the treble crochet in the beginning, and these are the half treble where we've got these little 2 bits there, got the chain 2. So they're all from the actual pattern. So I know some people aren't interested in the actual pattern bit of it like that, but I know that you might actually like to make yourself a beautiful star. So thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, click the like button, done all of those things that all the other videos tell you to do, you know, it would be a great help. But honestly, I think you've all got plenty of common sense. Thanks again, bye for now.